10 years since Volkswagen began their motorsport journey in India, and to celebrate, they've invited us here, the MMRT in Chennai. Now there's a lot of race cars to get through, so to help me, well, I've got Rahul Kakkar, our test driver and the man behind many records, and who's apparently faster than me.
Apparently?
Well, okay, a fraction of a second faster than me.
Well, a fraction of a second can mean a lifetime in racing.
Fair point, fair point. So, okay, I'll tell you what, since you are apparently faster than me, you take the slower cars, I'll pick the faster ones.
Done.
And let's see who can catch who.
Sure, let's go.
Awesome. It was 2009 when VW entered the Indian motorsports fray, and it was with this. Now this is the Polo TDI, Volkswagen's first race car in India, and boy, what a start. It's a fantastic little race car. Everything's manual, there's no electronics here, so no ABS and no sequential gearbox. In fact, it's a bog standard road unit, but of course the engine's been souped up, suspension's been completely reworked, and honestly the biggest deal for me are the slicks. Phenomenal amounts of grip around corners, nothing that you would get from road going tires.
Things moved a notch higher with a switch to petrol power with the 1.4-litre TSI engine. It put out 177 HP, and a combination of a supercharger and a turbocharger meant it had a decent punch to attack a racetrack. Another big change was a race-spec 6-speed DSG gearbox with paddle shifters that was lightning quick to run through the gears. Undoubtedly, with a more powerful engine and driver aids, the Polo Cup TSI made a better proposition, especially to help novice drivers get up to speed.
In 2013, Volkswagen shifted focus onto developing the Vento. This time the Indian team contributed a lot of engineering input, the previous cars having been developed overseas. The race Vento employed the same drivetrain as the Polo TSI, but the biggest change was that the bolt-in roll cage was replaced with one that was welded in instead. This helped stiffen the chassis substantially, making the car handle much better. Next up was the Ameo.
So I'm driving the Ameo Cup car, and it's so much more fun to drive. The reason behind it is that it's far more predictable and far more forgiving in terms of when you compare it to the Polo Cup car or the Vento Cup car.
The race Ameo is probably dearest to the engineers at VW Motorsport, as this one was completely designed and developed by the team here in India and headed by Sirish Visa. Powered by a 1.8-litre turbo petrol engine making 205 HP, the Ameo has a race-spec DSG gearbox and probably one of the coolest looking rear aero wings. It was almost surprising how quickly I got acquainted with this car, by far the most forgiving one. Although there is a noticeable amount of understeer, but VW says that's built in to help new drivers easily correct their lines. Okay, that's enough about the car, because it's time for our little chase. I'm going to be in the Ameo while Sergius will drive the faster Vento ITC.
Okay, so I'm chasing Rahul, and he's in the, slower car. This one's a bit faster. Let's see what we can do. That's Rahul trying really hard, as you can see. To be fair, I have the faster car. So, yep, he's going to have to push really lot more than I am. As for the car, the Vento ITC is built to comply with the rules of the Indian Touring Championships. It's a more hardcore car in comparison to the other Volkswagen Motorsport models. It's got a manual sequential gearbox, sharper handling, and is more reactive overall, which is suitable for a professional race driver. Now, can I overtake Rahul? Can a faster car with a slower driver? Well, let's find out. Okay, down the straight. Damn it, I missed the gear. Man, you've got to be really brutal with this gearbox. You really punch down on the gears. No being gentle with it. It wants to be driven hard. And that's the only way it knows to drive. That's Rahul running wide. That Ameo does have a better understeer. And now it's me. Come on, can I get Rahul? Yeah! Yes, yes. Oh man. Rahul did run wide. To be fair, he gave me some room. And he's back.
Yes, I was back in the lead, and this is exactly what makes racing so addictive.
It was a day well spent driving flat out in the whole range of cars that Volkswagen Motorsport has developed over the past 10 years. They have come a long way from racing cars developed in Germany to developing race cars completely in India. Volkswagen has proved its mettle and, most importantly, provided a platform to budding racers and enthusiasts. The next 10 years are looking bright.